We're here for the state of play, Alex. We're ready to go. Another one for us in the elusive world of PlayStation that likes to keep quiet.
Yeah, let's see what they got. Hopefully, they're going to be focusing on some interesting games this time around instead of it just being GTA. Not to say that it was not an interesting game, but let's see what.
Every time they do a state of play and they show the PS5, it reminds me of when they did the original trailer. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is a game.
Dude, okay, so
interesting. This is you can tell straight this is from a Japanese developer.
Yeah.
It's not Armored Core, is it? Oh, Mobile Suit Gundam.
Is it?
No, because he's walking like a dickhead.
Okay.
But you can just tell like the aesthetic of the game is Japanese. Oh wow, look at that though. You put that many characters on screen. Wow. Whoa. Capcom, mate.
It's not like Dino game that they had, Dino Crisis.
Oh mate, if it was ever Dino Crisis, we'd be going absolutely crazy. But look, you can see the Resident Evil engine, like the character design and everything is similar to that.
The RE engine is coming in full effect.
All I wanted was to be IBS's top pilot.
IBS's latest dinosaur forecasts and exosuit technology were able to keep human casualties to 0.
This better not be that stigma again. Whoa, this looks insane though, I tell you that.
It looks like Ninja from what
very horde mode like, but it just looks crazy. You know what I mean?
Very Japan. Oh, that looks sick. The mech suits. Yeah, I like that.
Whoa.
Wow. That looks insane.
It actually looks really, really fun, you know.
It does.
Especially if you're playing with other people as well.
Yeah, that looks like a system.
And it's dinosaurs, mate. And it's dinosaurs.
So could it be? Could it be?
Oh wow, look at this. Imagine trying to do that in a boss battle. Oh yeah, he didn't last long.
Yeah.
Nice. Exo Primal.
Exo Primal, okay. Interesting.
Right? Welcome to IBS.
Nice.
Exo Primal, okay. So that's the first one out the way.
State of Play returns with more announcements and updates for your favorite games.
Here we go, mate. The voice is back.
We just saw the debut of Exo Primal, a brand new IP from Capcom. It hits PS4 and PS5 next year. Next
What we got next?
Some eye-popping updates for some fan favorites launching.
Ghostwire Tokyo. So obviously on the PlayStation Network there is a prequel visual comic.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. This looks mad.
Nice. Telekinetic powers and force beams. Can't get enough of them. Nice.
Looking sharper than what it used to. Look at the color and everything.
You know, it actually looks like you're playing Doctor Strange. You know, with the hand signals.
Again, but look at the aesthetic of it. Again, it looks like the previous game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That would go hard for. Okay, random flashbacks, and he's lost an eye. That's never good.
This game just looks absolutely crazy.
Mm.
But I've spoke to a few people who have done the you know, the interactive, like the visual comic thing, and they said it's very Japanese culture meets X-Files.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice cross.
And a lot of people said that if they have this sort of lore and world in the main game, then it would be really, really interesting. So I mean, it looks different. It It's a video game, you know. Not every game has
It
to be
is.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be ultra realistic, you know. Fancy
And
element always.
this just looks
welcome.
absolutely ridiculously crazy, and it should be interesting to see what review scores it gets as well. And it's this month, so let's see. The final game of the Sony Bethesda deal under Xbox. Oh, here comes that Final Fantasy game. This is not the good one before you ask.
Isn't it not?
No, so they did like a early demo beta test for this game, Strangers something, and everybody was just like, it's not quite there. Some people liked it, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
So they obviously went back to do a lot of work to it and put feedback in. So it should be really Stranger of Paradise. Interesting. It's coming out soon as well. March. Yeah, the demo is like 30 gigabytes.
Later today, visit PlayStation Store to download a new demo for Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Now, let's jump into the world.
Oh, look, we just spoke about it.
We just spoke about this. Yeah, go check out the show, ladies and gentlemen. Next PS5, we just had the latest information about Forspoken and its delay, which has been pushed to
Hey, what though? This game,
October.
This game looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Could it give Horizon Forbidden West a
No.
run?
The one thing I've seen about this world, it's beautiful, but it's all about the action. But it doesn't look anywhere near as alive as Horizon.
Right. That looks awesome though.
But is it like a Thunderjaw?
Well, that's a different
That's a
beast.
Stormbird. That's a Stormbird.
Yeah, Stormbird.
Look at that though.
Yeah,
Look at the graphics.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
But you
Complete
can see
open
like
rain. Oh my, that looks sick. You know, ever since we saw this game, it was announced that it was last year, wasn't it? Last year.
it was the first one, yeah, the first Sony event. It was a Untitled Square project.
Yes, and it's only been going strength to strength. That looks impressive. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be taking their time to make sure that this game is ready for release in October. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm happy that they're taking the time to make it look even better.
Yeah, definitely, man. It looks really good. Ooh,
wow.
But again, you know what I like about this, Alex? They're focusing on the Japanese developers. We've seen 3 games, 3 totally different games. They look similar, but the gameplay is different. You know what I mean? And it's unique, and that's what video games is all about.
Very unique. The one thing I do like about
what a dodge.
Yeah. Like when it comes to like just the
not
Japanese way of
Forsaken Twitter account, Forspoken.
No, but the Japanese art style is just so expressive. You know what I mean? And I do love it. And I've seen Forspoken, Ghostwire Tokyo, and that first game as well, which seems like Dino Crisis. What was that? Exo Primal. But yeah, I just love the
Gundam.
ideas.
Look, there is a Gundam.
Gundam Evolution. I never really watched the show, but obviously it's got a massive following, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would this be a candidate for VR2?
Could work in VR2, especially if it's first person.
Yeah.
Oh, this is more of like a online thing, but yeah, if it's more obviously first person and everything, get it in the helmet. You imagine the HUD.
Yeah.
In the headset. It's so
look
cool.
down, you can actually see yourself in the especially with the controllers as well. Mode.
Well, you think about it, like if you put this game in VR, you just basically you might as well just get the Pacific Rim license. You know what I mean?
That's true. Which actually could be an awesome franchise for them to explore.
But I mean, loads of people said, obviously, when the original PSVR came out, it came out with like a robot, like basketball game. I can't even remember the name of it. But it was literally people saying it was very motion sickness heavy. But it was so cool when you were in the actual mech itself, in the suit itself. This was like a Nintendo game, man. Like the visual concept of it. It looks like they ripped off Smash. It's like they got character models from Smash Brothers or something.
It does look like something.
Even the artwork. Sephiroth. See, that's what Forspoken.
Nice.
This is what you need. You need to let people play, but that's what Forspoken needs. It needs a demo.
Yeah, it does.
Cowabunga collection.
Turtles. Okay, so what's going to be?
Oh, the old Game Boy, mate. The old Game Boy one.
Jeez.
This is like every turtle game. Wow. If it is every Turtle game, that's insane.
Nice. So it has what, Shredder's Revenge? Wasn't that the latest one that came out?
They've got the fighting game, look, Tournament Fighters.
They've got everything.
The arcade game.
I just happy to see that the Turtles are still, you know,
Turtles
still relevant.
in Time. I remember that one.
That was a classic one, yeah. Yeah, really good. Give me the feels. Oh my god, look
there's
at
a lot of games,
that's
mate.
everything. Even the ones I didn't get. Yeah, I like it. The Cowabunga collection. Yeah, that's a nice addition.
Konami.
That's on Konami. Yeah. They're actually doing a couple of things right. So what's this? Okay, we always have to go crazy, don't we, in terms of ideas and art styles. I mean, those spikes just came out of its eyes. What the fudge?
All I've seen so far is very Japanese games, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Godzilla-esque.
But I like the fact that, you know, everyone's been quiet, so it's good that Sony obviously have come out and they're not like, oh, let's go for the big guns. Let's show you what else we've got. Let's show you some different things, you know, not just the same. Alex, they better show Resident Evil.
They should.
Or Final Fantasy 16, just one of those two.
But Sony's been under a little bit of heat, you know, with their lack of attention to the Japanese market, you know, and Japanese developers. So it's nice to see that they're actually addressing this now. Okay, we're starting off in a prison cell for those who are not watching and just listening to our voices while they're on their kayak or skydiving, as some of our listeners have been doing in the past couple of weeks. That just was insane.
There's a guy fighting on a horse. I love it. I love it.
I mean, where else would you see that?
You know, the funny thing is, you get your ass kicked in this as well.
Yeah, if you want to hear more jokes, ladies and gentlemen, tune in every single week.
Fat Man's little kid was in there then earlier.
Yeah, was it?
Was his Guilty Gear?
I like the art style. Yeah, it's just like kind of comic booky / cell shaded. It's interesting.
Show your resolve.
They always use that text.
Beyond
like,
everything.
right.
Sweet dreams, creep. I'll take you down with everything I got. JoJo All-Star. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, never heard of JoJo, but we'll give it a look.
Fun little announcements again. Wow, that's a nice
50
big thing.
playable characters. Okay.
I've never heard that before. Early fall.
No.
Early fall.
Our next two games will take you beyond life and death.
What's she saying? The next.
Something about life and death.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this game. Dude, you're gonna like this.
Okay.
The whole game is in this style.
Well, like 2D?
Sifu Samurai, mate. No, the visual look. Look at it.
Okay, yeah, that looks like all friends. Look at it.
Trek
Like
to
classic samurai.
It looks so good.
But Ghost of Tsushima was like this, though. You had this feature, you had this filter option,
Yeah.
right?
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game.
Well, they've opened up a new market now, Sucker Punch, haven't they?
Another one to add to the list.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh.
So he obviously loses in a war, dies.
Wow, interesting. And I do love the art style as well. Again, you know what I mean? The choice of having it.
The 2D style though as well,
Grayscale,
you know what I mean? It looks
3D.
beautiful, looks stunning. It's different.
Yeah. And in black and white as well. Nice. Temporal adjustment.
I know Kung Fu. I know Samurai.
That guy reminded me of, is it Shang's, not Shang's son? Who's the other guy? The Emperor, Zhao Kahn. Just like Zhao Kahn. Okay. Some people that we should potentially know.
Looks good, man. Oh wow.
Too young.
It's coming quick.
Okay.
It's coming quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Devolver
from
Digital.
Devolver.
Remember we spoke about how good
Yes.
Devolver are at finding
Yeah.
talented games and stuff.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, a PlayStation Studios game.
First party.
In an endless cycle.
Returnal DLC, mate.
Returnal.
Dying. Returning.
I thought they were just going to be focusing on Japanese developers.
They said 1 or 2, but
okay.
This looks like Returnal DLC.
All right. As if that game needs DLC right now. I mean, has anyone completed it?
Oh, co-op?
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's over now. That's sick.
That's insane.
I stand before the endless tower. I climb as Sisyphus did, pushing the boulder upward. No matter how high I climb, the challenge.
I'm still playing this. I'm only on the 3rd level, but I'm obviously not touching it until I finish Horizon.
Horizon, yeah. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Probably when it's on sale. But it is an awesome
Listen,
game.
if I've got to carry you in the game, I'll carry you in the game. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all fine.
For that 1% of the game where I get.
You know what it is? As I said to you, that no game touches the combat mechanics of this game. This game is built for combat, and it's beautiful. The mobility and everything.
And that was something that I'm sure we mentioned. I'm sure I definitely mentioned as a request for Returnal that it does need to be a multiplayer game, and I'm glad that they're addressing it now. Man, this is
Returnal
nice.
Ascension update, March 22nd as well. You know,
nice,
so it's quick.
Corner.
It's just an update.
Yeah. Co-op and a mysterious new survival mode to Returnal Ascension.
I like this because it's like Ghost of Tsushima as well. It's just like, yeah, here's an update and there's a new mode.
It's almost time to sign off, but before we do, let's get a first look at 2 brand new games coming from Square Enix.
Here we go, Square Enix, mate. Final Fantasy Tactics, boom!
Tactics, is it?
And you are certain that what we are doing is best for the people of the kingdom? Yes. I suppose it would, in a sense. True. Yes. It made me wonder. Am I still that same person?
I know of a podcaster up in America from Sacred Symbols who'll be really, really happy now.
Really?
He spoke about it and he wants Final Fantasy Tactics badly.
However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The Kingdom of Alatane. Ward of the August.
This game was massive on PSP, dude. Massive. If they, honest to God, if they did this and it comes to Switch as well, it's going to be millions and millions of copies sold. It's massive.
They're smart.
I think, dude, on PSP, it sold something like 6-7 million copies.
Really?
You know what I mean? And it was more of a Japanese-focused game. It's a tactics game, but it's Final Fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And which particular Final Fantasy?
Oh no, mate, I'm not no Final Fantasy fan. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Destruction.
What shall we do now?
Oh, again, the art style. I love that. Is that the 2D, 3D, or 2D, HD, 2D?
We should send our best and crush them.
That's right.
No, you can tell, even with the text, the way they do the text and the numbers and that, it's just Japanese. You don't see that sort of text in an American game or a Western game.
It also likely means that we're in danger.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more of a contrast.
I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
But the cinematography, I mean, it's just, you can't beat it, man, especially when it comes down to the anime. The Oldfield Chronicle? What?
Interesting.
So is that Final Fantasy?
Nah, but it looked like it just ripped off Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? This is Final Fantasy, mate.
Yeah.
This is Final Fantasy. Beautiful art style.
Mm-hmm. In a wondrous world, what will you choose?
If the will to fight still lingers within you, then accept my offer and join me.
Cool. That visually looks stunning. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's all about grapple points in games now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the go-to. That and a glider. You can just go anywhere.
The colors and everything, right?
Yeah,
So good.
Sick. Tree of Life has become an RPG game. An appearance.
Tears our world asunder. Only hope precious lies on the brink of annihilation. Become my tool of intervention and save this world.
I'll piss myself laughing if it says March 22nd. You know what I mean? So many different games today with so many different gameplay mechanics from a similar genre. You know, they all look like hack and slash games, but they all look different at the same time. You know, and that's what you just cannot mess with Japanese developers when it comes to a genre and making it look different in so many different ways.
Yeah. Valkyrie.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds very familiar.
2022.
Your efforts to remain undetected are lacking. Reveal yourself. Who are you?
It was that.
That's all for today.
Really? Okay.
Interesting.
I was thinking, is that the woman from Forspoken? Did she like make
No,
appearance
wasn't
or something?
her. Definitely wasn't her. But Alex, that's a very Japanese heavy state of play finished there. Now, what we'll do is we'll give our opinions and everything, obviously, on the latest PS5 podcast and things like that. But obviously, just for here, your overall thoughts on the games that we just saw, your first opinions.
First opinions, very RPG heavy, very, I mean, Japanese, and obviously we just use it in a very loose term, but obviously that incorporates the art style, just the feel of the game and the aesthetics. And it looks good, and I like the fact they're actually bringing RPGs to the masses, because they've got loads of eyeballs, you know, watching this right now. So, and why not? I mean, it's a massive genre which is obviously very prevalent in Japan, and I'm sure, you know, there's a massive market, an untapped market for them to actually dive into. So, I'm glad to see them actually leaning in towards promoting a lot more Japanese IPs. But yeah, man, what about you, man? Any standouts?
It just looked really, really different, you know, and that's what you need is it, as I mentioned while it was playing, that you need, you know, you had so many games of a similar genre, but they looked so different because of the mechanics of each game, the combat systems, the traversal, things like that, the visuals. Despite the fact that they're all, you could tell they were all Japanese from just like the music styles or the texts and things like that, which was hilarious. But yeah, really, really interesting. And we'll see how they get on from there. But thank you very much for watching the live reaction to the State of Play. And if you haven't already, just go to any podcast platform, just search the latest PS5 podcast, where you get all the latest news each and every week on PlayStation. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel as well. Help support the show. We're growing all the time. And yeah, we'll see you on the podcast each and every week. See you later, everybody.
Peace out.